Alright, what's up everyone? Master Fox here. This is game 2 of our Salty Suite. We have Ratamakafon with his rank 10 trains versus BLOODYRAIN 10001 with his battling boxers. In game 1 we saw Ratamakafon put in a bunch of work. His trains crushed the battling boxers. A lot of it was due to Stygian Dirge, but let's see what goes on in game 2. Alright, so he opens terraforming, obviously grabbing that revolving switch yard. So opening switch yard 2 games in a row, that's very solid. The number of watchers is increasing. Looks like this matchup is getting a lot more hype. This is a pretty entertaining matchup. Trains isn't an archetype I'm too familiar with because I focus mostly on the TCG right now. But it is on YGOPro and there's a lot of players that are playing it on there. And it will be pretty good once it reaches the TCG, I think. OCG plays it a lot with Shaddolls, because you can abuse Shekinaga, since Shekinaga can rank 10 too, because Shekinaga is level 10. Yeah, they were just talking about Stygian Dirge from the last game, which basically put in a ton of work, and was basically the downfall of BLOODYRAIN. So he opens Noble Express Knight, and he has DevPro. Yeah, boxers need a quick knockout here, basically. Because, he's got the Flying C, shut down those XYZ plays. This is a solid side-in. I'm pretty sure he sided that in. And so this is probably gonna halt him in his tracks. Pardon my train pun. But basically, yeah, his plays are put to a halt right here. Now we have basically a floodgate fight. Stygian Dirge versus Flying C. Flying C stopping him from XYZing over here. Stygian Dirge is stopping him from making his lead yoke. Game 2 and still no lead yoke in sight, which is bad news for boxers. He's got that Glassjaw. Probably going to punch over, I think, DevPro, because DevPro's only 1400 because he used his effect. Yeah, I'm not sure how Flying C stops these trains from XYZing, but basically, Roach OP. Alright, so he's dropped the Kaiser Coliseum, basically halting Rata's plays even further. Now he can't even summon extra monsters. Not that he would really want to at this point in time, because he can't XYZ with them, but maybe he could have punched over Glassjaw. He can't really do anything now because Noble Express Knight has 0 attack. Although he could just target Glassjaw for an attack, and Glassjaw would pop itself. Since Glassjaw does have the effect, if it's targeted for an attack, it'll self-destruct. So it doesn't matter what the attack power of his monster is. But I guess Rata opts to go defensive, and he just switches his knight into defense position. Which I guess is a smart move because Express Knight still has 3k defense, so it's still a big wall. It's going to be hard for boxers to get over that, at least in one attack. Oh, it looks like BLOODYRAIN's mic disconnected from the Twitch stream, I guess. I'm kind of listening to the stream as I do this too. So yeah, it looks like BLOODYRAIN's mic disconnected. I guess they're just waiting for him to come back to it now. But yeah, I really think these hyped, like Salty Suite matches is an interesting thing that should be done more often in the Reddit, especially with like decks that people don't see as often. Maybe something like super heavy Samurai, or like, I don't know, Fluffles, any random like rogue or lower deck, maybe even Ice Barriers. It's just interesting to see because a lot of these decks, most people don't really know what they do unless they play them. And there's just so many like bad or underrated archetypes that you could make a pretty fun tournament out of it in some matches and catch people off guard because most people don't know what these things do. Battling boxers was a little bit more popular, I think. Trains is actually a good archetype, but just most people don't really know what they do because they're mostly in the OCG. There's a lot of trains cards in the TCG, but some key cards, I think like DevPro, are not in the TCG yet. But Alright, so Bloody Rain drops a Dark Hole, blows up the whole field. I guess he's going for some sort of big play here. Hopefully he can capitalize off that. Okay, so maybe he can finally get that lead yoke. Unless Rata has a response here, maybe a bottomless or something like that. Oh, he has a Stygian Dirge! Rank 10 trains! Man, that's savage. Savaged. That hurts. 2 games in a row and his lead yoke play has been countered by Stygian Dirge. So he'll just go for a beatdown, getting in 3,500. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, so just throwing some damage right there. Not enough to put him in the hurt zone, but he's about halfway to game there. 3,900 life points. 2 more attacks basically from some solid attack monsters. Let's see if Rata has a response to that. He can only summon 2 monsters though with the Kaiser Coliseum on the field. And Bloody Rain, I'm not too sure if he has any response to that, unless he has another Flying Sea or something in his hand to combat that. I really hope that he has another Flying Sea though, because if not, then Rata's just going to go off. Since the Dirge doesn't affect him, he could just drop 2 trains, go into something like Dora, and then attack over either of them really. Oh, okay, so he has Malefic Cyber Dragon. Alright, so there we go. The second Flying Sea. So that's shutting down his XYUC plays. And that also shuts down him summoning any other monsters. I guess that's why he dropped it then. At first I was wondering why Bloody Rain dropped that Flying Sea right there. But it makes a lot of sense now because he was trying to max out his Kaiser Coliseum numbers. Because now that Rata has 2 monsters, he can't summon any more. Which makes sense. Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa. Wait, what? Wait, what just happened there? Why did he lose both monsters? I'm confused. Malefic Cyber Dragon doesn't let you have multiple attacks. Oh, yeah, and they're saying that he forgot to banish for Malefic Cyber Dragon, which he totally did. I mean, I'm sure he has it in his extra deck, but you never know. You gotta check. I mean, there was that kid at that one tournament. I don't know if you guys know about it, but there was that kid at that one tournament that would go get their opponent down to 800 life points, and he'd go Gaga Cowboy for a game, and people would just nod their heads and pick up their cards and be like, yeah. And he did this like 5 or 6 times, and then he finally got caught like later in the day when they realized that he actually didn't have a Gaga Cowboy in his deck. So pro tip, always make your opponent summon the Gaga Cowboy, because sometimes they don't run him. Alright, hopefully this back row can save Bloody Rain, otherwise this game is going to quickly wrap up right here with that 5k beat stick that is Malefic Cyber End Dragon right there. Okay, so he has the Phoenix Chain for it. Decent response, I guess. At least it saved him from dying this turn. But he needs to have a nice top deck, otherwise it's not going to be clutch enough for him to pull this through. Especially staring down a field of Stygian Dirge and a bunch of monsters like that. Okay, he finally banishes for the Malefic Cyber End Dragon. Alright, let's see if Bloody Rain can pull this one through. Because this is tough. Battling Boxers aren't a really good top decking deck either. They kind of remind me of Samurai in that regard. Gonna top deck that 7th one. I guess I do see some boxers run that 7th. Okay, so he has Battling Boxer Spirits. So it's good enough to get him a meat shield, but still, you can't do much. It is one of the best top decks for Battling Boxers, but it's not gonna get him much off of this right now. It'll buy him a couple of turns, seeing that Malefic Cyber End Dragon is chained down with Phoenix Chain. What is he doing? Is he summoning another Cyber End Dragon? Can't do that. Yeah, I don't think you could do that because that's a condition, having only one Malefic Cyber End Dragon monster, or only one Malefic monster in the field, that's a condition that can't be negated even by something like Axe of Fools or Fiendish Chain. Okay, yeah, so he's taking it back. Because you can't do that. Cheat, man! Cheat! Okay. So, yeah, his attack goes through. I'm not sure about that play the previous turn, why he lost both monsters though. Because he only should have lost one, unless I missed something. Yeah, Rada was totally cheating. And wait, yeah, now he's activating soul shards. This is totally cheating, man. Rank 10 trains. What are you, man? You think you're Kaiba or something? Screw the rules. Oh man. What is going on, man? This duel, what is this? Duelist Kingdom rules? This is like even worse than Duelist Kingdom rules. Rada, man, what are you doing? Cheat! Cheat! Alright, is he going along with that? Dude, Cheat Commissioner, man. Summon the Cheat Commissioner. Where is this Cheat Commissioner? Someone call the Cheat Commissioner. Alright, I guess they're trying to repair the game state. Oh yeah, and he hasn't taken his 500 damage from the Axe of Fools. Dude, this match is just falling apart. This grudge match, dude. This is the true salty sweet. Cheat Commissioner where? Summon Cheat Commissioner. Dude, the chat is just blowing up. This is going crazy. Whistle Cheat Conductor. Cheat Conductor. He's like fusing battling boxers and trains. Rada promised me trains, man. Where are the trains? All I see are these dragons on the field. He has like 2 dragons and 1 cockroach. Like this is supposed to be rank 10 trains, not rank 10 dragons and like, what is that, rank 3 cockroaches? Yeah, that was a train wreck. Alright, yeah, this is a irreparable game state almost. Alright, I guess they're trying to roll back and figure out where we are. So he couldn't have used the soul chart, so he couldn't get the Night Express Knight back. And if he did use the soul charge, then he couldn't attack. Okay, so where are we going back to? Yeah, he forgot the burn and the execute. Okay, I guess this is where they're repairing the game state too. This is where we're gonna go on with. Alright. What are you gonna do, Rada, now? Some more pro cheating plays? He's still thinking on that. Yes, he still hasn't taken his burn from Axe of Fools. I think he should have taken 1,000 now, so he should be sitting at 2,900. It'd be hilarious if he could just summon like a really strong monster and just attack over that attack position flying C for game. Yeah, okay, so he took 1,000 damage for his Axe of Fools, which I think is correct because he had it on the field for 2 turns. Last turn and then the standby phase of this turn, so 1,000 damage. So he's sitting at 2,900 right now. These these watchers are wondering whether if he could die by the Axe of Fools. Yeah, Rada was just saying that in the Twitch stream that he was too used to playing on DevPro and YGOPro, which are automated, so he like forgot about certain conditions and things like that. Confirmed Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro noob, man. That's what happens to you when you play too much DevPro and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, though. You lose a lot of mechanics. That's why I think most of the best players in the game play on DN. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro is really good for learning the mechanics of a deck and how things work like that. But the best is just to play on DN because it mimics real life the best. Yeah, I remember the days when we played on YVD, man. I don't know if you guys listening now know what YVD was, but it stands for Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual Dueling. And that was like the worst combination of DN and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro ever. Alright, looks like it's game over for Bloody Rain. Anyways, I'm going to finish my story on YVD in case you guys are interested. YVD stands for Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual Dueling. which was like the worst part of DN and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro together, in that it was like you required to download this client server thing that was kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro except way worse, and it was not automated, so it was like DN that way, and the player base was honestly pretty bad, and I myself was included in this because at the time I was pretty young and I didn't really understand about the meta decks too much, and I played this really bad dragon deck. But anyways, it was hard to find opponents because you had to go on this like IRC chat server, and then you had to be like advanced format, whatever you wanted, the speculation or the stipulations that you wanted for your duel, and then someone would be like, yo, private message you and be like, yo, I want to duel you, and they'd be like, okay, and then you would have to exchange IP addresses, type in the IP addresses, and then you'd have to like take down your firewall so that you could connect to each other. And then it was just an interface like DN, except it was in a client that you had to download. And it was like the images were really bad too, and it was hard to put the images into the files themselves. And I didn't know how to do that, so most of my cards had no images for like 2 years. And then I finally got images on them. And then like a couple months after that, I found out that there's this thing called DN, Dueling Network, and I never used YVD again. But you young'uns don't know the pain of YVD. You complain about Dueling Network. Dueling Network is like the best thing that's happened to online Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. YVD was terrible. And that's pretty much it. Sorry about my rant about YVD. Looks like Rata takes this match. I was just informed that this is not a 2 out of 3, but a best of 5, so you actually have to win 3. So there will be at least one more match. So stay tuned for that. Leave your comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.